Hey guys, Rumblysuperset here, back again, doing another gameplay analysis of Adagio once again. This one, even though I have done Adagio before, it's a little bit different. I'm going to try my best to kind of go in depth of what I'm doing as a laner, what's important, what I don't do as a laner in this particular match, and that I should. I'm really trying to emphasize the laning phase and just the laner's role in general. So hopefully this episode, even though it's a repeat of, not repeat of the footage, but just a repeat of a hero for the series, hopefully it will have some value for you guys as I'm trying to go into more depth here in terms of laning in general. So first of all, let's talk about the draft mode. So a lot of people got questions about draft mode. How do you draft? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you prioritize? That kind of thing. Well, don't pay attention to this particular match. We really wanted to focus on a particular comp and get that comp to practice it. It wasn't really we're trying to draft appropriately. We're trying to try a particular comp and practice with that. End of story. So generally, you wouldn't want to pick like your jungler's glaive or cruel, those first, because what happens is that the enemy team will see what you pick, obviously, and they'll counterpick you, hence a rhyme. Or say, for instance, if you do pick cruel, they can go rhyme too, but generally they'll go sky, because sky is a really big counter to cruel because of her mobility, and cruel has a hard time staying on top of her. Because even if he does shiver steal, she can just serious strike out of it. She can ult, she can do all this stuff to kind of just burn him down like instantaneously since sky is so strong. So we didn't get our fortress though. As you can see, we were trying to pick fortress first, but I think Bladeheart was like, no, just grab glaive first. Grab glaive first, just because he wants to try it out. I was like, okay. Generally, we would go the support first for us personally, or my Adagio, depending on what they pick for lane. We knew they picked BF, so we picked the glaive first, and then Adagio afterwards, and then finally Arden. But again, generally you want to pick your junglers last, I feel. I feel like that's the primary aspect of drafting is pick your junglers last. It's very common to see junglers get picked last. So we are going against one of our guildmates, Luminous. He is, I think, POA gold at the time of this particular match. So these guys are no joke. I don't know Goddess or Jonas23, but I'm assuming because we are in a party and we're all fairly decent, not decent-ish, but we're fairly high elo. Noxbox is not quite so much. He's only hot in his silver, but we're trying to rank him up. You know, obviously, you know, as a support, essentially you get carried. You can't carry people with support every single match. It's impossible. Supports are not really meant to carry. So quite literally, Nox is getting carried, but at the same time, Nox is keeping us alive to be able to do that. So I wanted to clarify that misconception of carries get carried, in the sense that it's like a negative thing. So here we are. I'm going to lane. The Glaive and Arden obviously are doing the rotation, so I'm going to just focus on farm. One thing I've learned as a laner is you really don't want to focus the same target as your minions if you are having a hard time farming. If you don't know how to time it right, then you definitely want to start targeting the back minions than the ones that your minions are targeting. And then you just take out the last hit on the minion that your minions are targeting themselves once it comes up. But yeah, generally I try to prioritize the... Oh, I missed a big minion there. Gosh dang it. I try to prioritize the back ones, especially during mid-game. But yeah. A lot of times I don't try to push either. So as a laner, I really don't want to push into his lane. The reason why is because he has the ability to freeze even right now if I were to push. And doing so is not good. Dude, I'm so glad Luminous did not get that third hit or third jump on me. But then again, he may have just landed on top of him and got killed by turret. Who knows? One thing too is it's really important as a laner. Like I said, the footage is kind of there so you guys can kind of see what I do as a dodge as a lane. But don't take what you see at face value. Don't think that, okay, he's doing all this. Oh, you know, he's talking about how do you lane and he can't even farm. I'm missing big minions there. I'm talking about the bigger picture. I'm talking about what I strive to do, whether I do it or not in this video, what I strive to do as a laner. I know like the concept of laning. I know what's important. It's just it's a matter of translating that into my gameplay. So I'm kind of talking about the laning phase, laning role in general, outside of this video. So just clarifying that, I know I make mistakes in this video. This is why we're talking about it. This is why we kind of make these videos to kind of get an idea of what's going on and how do you do certain things. I've made videos with Gangstars where they go over the in-depth strategies of laning, and we already did that video, and I kind of wanted to just kind of reiterate that in this video. So it's not like I don't know about it, it's just sometimes I can't perform it. So like I said, it's sometimes easier said than done, but it's what you want to try to do. So anyways, one thing, you don't want to pressure the enemy laner too much unless you're trying to push into lane so that you can go ahead and shop or deny the enemy gold by pushing the minions into their turret so that the turret takes it and the enemy laner can't take it. So that's one thing. So a lot of times you want to prioritize your here we go. This is really scary right here. You want to prioritize farming over getting kills. That's primary. You usually don't want to get kills unless like you absolutely know you're going to get it and you're not going to lose a lot of farm because of it, or like you know your team's coming up and you guys are going to flank them, things like that. You want to only kill when necessary. Your primary goal as a laner is to get CS, maintain that CS, and excel throughout the game because you're staying on top of your farm. You can see here I'm starting to rotate quite a bit though. I'm trying to make sure that my team doesn't die. We do really good here. We managed to isolate the 2 from their third and take them out. So originally that would have been a 2v2 if I hadn't come down. And I don't miss out on a whole lot of farm. Ooh, what was I doing there? I don't miss out on a whole lot of farm, but I do manage to... Okay, now I am missing farm now. I'm being stupid. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of times you want to make sure that... am I going to die by this fortress? Oh, nice, Blade, nice. You want to prioritize farm over anything else. That's primary as a laner. Kills is great only when you're like really needing to do it, like you're helping your team, or you know you can get them down and kill them really fast and then push lane, things like that. But otherwise, if you guys are kind of locked down in the center on equal footing, just farm. Don't be aggressive. Don't try to pop shot them with, like, say if you're Ringo, Achilles shot them when you can be like getting your last hits on your minion. I've seen so many times where I do it or somebody else does it, and you know you go for the aggression because you just can't resist. Like you're like, oh, so like this right here. So I just missed the CS right there because I wanted to get some hits in, knowing I probably wouldn't have killed them, but yet I missed the CS because of it. Things like that. So you definitely want to prioritize when you can. This is pretty much done deal. I'm trying to see what I can do, but at this point, I'm just gonna get the backs. I'm like, you know what? They're gonna try to take backs. I'm gonna take what I can while I can. I only get one. They do come down in time to grab the second one. So that was very unfortunate. Fortress did get that, but I went ahead and went to the left. I was going to go down, giving them an impression I was going that way, but I rotated back to the left, hoping that I would trick them, and I did, fortunately. That, or they didn't even want to chase me. I don't know. But yeah, so primary is farm. Don't be too aggressive if you don't have to. You must farm because of it. Rotations are key too. You want to have a good point to rotate. So generally, if you see your team is going to get into a fight, try to push a lane in, because more than likely, if the enemy team is going for a fight, their laner is rotating as well. So if you can push the lane while the enemy laner is rotating, that's good for you because he misses farm, whereas you've taken your farm and you can go help assist your team as well. So it's kind of more beneficial for you. This sucks. He got that ult off. I almost killed him. I thought I really was going to get him there, but I didn't. Oh, there you go. Good job. Good job, Rumbly. You're getting your farm. Hell yeah. Good job. All right, so Glaive is getting caught out. Bladeheart is a little bit aggressive, or not aggressive. He's getting caught out because Nox Fox is in lane with me. I think mainly we're trying to get the extra experience for Glaive, but it was not working for us because Glaive got caught out by himself, hence the solo jungle farm. That is a risk involved with solo farming jungle. When your Arden or your Roam is in lane, it leaves the jungler vulnerable to ganks, to invasions, and that's really bad if that happens. So a lot of times at that point you want to stop doing that and just have your Roam go with your jungler. So you can see here my lane is pushed. Honestly, I should have tried to freeze lane. Sometimes I tend not to do it, I forget. But a lot of times you want to make sure you're maintaining your farm, not just getting the farm, but maintaining the denial of farm from either yourself or from your enemy laner. So for instance, I'm denying myself farm because I keep pushing it. If I were to freeze lane, it would stay in the center and allow me to farm when I last hit, and also force the enemy BF to extend past the point at which his turret has already been destroyed, leaving him vulnerable. So I should be freezing lane at this point. I should not be pushing if I don't have to. So because of that, I am behind even further in farm, which sucks. So keep that in mind. Only push when you have a reason to push. Otherwise, freeze lane. That's pretty important. I seem to forget. In this video, I did it. You can see here, I'm not trying to do so much damage. I'm trying to make sure that these lanes stay equal in power so that they don't push one another. So I don't want to get pushed, my turret be pushed, or my minions be pushed into turrets, or my CS be pushed into turret. I don't want that to happen. I want them to stick where they are right now, but now they're pushing. So now I have to grab what I can. Because if I don't, then I will miss out. But here we are. We're going in for a fight, maybe? No. Knoxbox is okay. Oh my god. That was really close. Okay, so here we go. BF, I have to say... Oh, there we go. Stupid Rumbly. Missing your farm for dumb. I have to say, BF has been like my bitter enemy since like day one of his introduction. Even when he was OP, obviously I did not like it, but also the fact that... This is a really good fight right here. Did I get it? Did I get it? Oh, we got it! Got owned, son! Just joking. I'm getting owned too by him pretty bad. I got lucky there because Arden was there and Turret was getting shots on him. Get that farm, bro! Get that farm! What are you doing? Oh my god. See that? I don't know what I was doing there. I think I'm just paranoid because my health was low. Dude, stop checking the score screen. Get your farm! What the freak, dude? Rumbly, do your shit, dude! Sorry, my language. Do what you need to do, bro. What are you doing? There we go. There we go. Good job, Rumbly. Good job. Yeah, get that. Yes, there we go. That one I buffed because I didn't know if I was going to get it or not. I didn't get that last one because BF was there. I don't know where their enemies are, or the other enemies are, so I'm like not going to extend. I was like, whatever. I'm going to go down, get my items. I'm catching back up on CS, though. I was behind like 30. Now I'm like only behind 20, 25. So it's not too bad in terms of 10 CS per minute average. That's what you want to shoot for. That's not perfect farm, technically, but that is the ideal farm you want to have, 10 CS per minute. So you can see here, I'm not going to extend. It'd be dumb for me to extend right now because I don't have vision. And because even if I did, even if there was the chance that I got in there without being attacked, like, no. Oh man, I love how I'm calling myself out before it happens. It's so funny. But yeah, like sometimes that's really risky because what happens is that if they're in there, you're dead. You're pretty much dead as a Adagio more than anything else. If you're BF or Glaive, like as a laner, you can potentially get out of that. But if you're Adagio, you're dead. They'll get you. But yeah, it looks like I didn't get caught out. So this is great. This is great. You know, we get to call out my own mistakes. We get to like see what I do, what I shouldn't do anymore. Hopefully it helps, but. Get it? Yeah. Wait for the turret shot. There we go. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we're looking good. I'm getting harassed. So we're trying to let Glaive get ahead here. Ooh. But we're fine here. We're fine. We got the... No, BF is going... No, renewal and a gauntlet. Oh, man. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, we do get out. Or we don't get out, but I mean, we get the fortress, though, at least. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and pick up the... Oh, what the hell? Don't ult, Rumbly. Just use your B. Sometimes Adagio's ult is great. Sometimes, most of the time, you don't want to use it unless, like you know you're going to land it for sure. Like, there's no way. Like, that time, like, I was really pulling straws there, hoping I was going to get it, but I didn't. I should have just used my B. So, fun fact for Adagio. Ultimate, you use the least out of anything else. Don't always ult at the beginning of a fight. Or not beginning of a fight, but during a fight. Sometimes it's better off just using your heal/burn along with your B. It's because it's better for your team and also better for your damage overall on specific targets. Because a lot of times it's hard to land your ultimate on more than one target. Because a lot of times they'll react and get out. And you'll leave like maybe one hit. But even then, they may not even be burning and they won't even get that stun, so they'll just like take the damage and get out. I don't know. But yeah, so here we go. We're falling behind on CS a little bit now, though. I'm level 10. I am infusing, though, because we want to maintain our relevance in fight right now. We want to push hard. We were hoping BF was going to extend, but he did not. I'm going to grab my CS here. There we go. Good job. And my CS is not too bad. It was a little bit pathetic in the beginning, but I'm starting to equal out a little bit here. Okay, here we are. Another aggression here. I should be watching my CS though while we're doing this because I don't want to miss out on last hits. You're gonna get that big one? Nope. See, aggression. Aggression is a really big thing. Like, it's cool to get shots in, but a lot of times just get your CS. Like, just get your CS. It's more important. There we go. That's a good one. Good afterburn. We don't quite get BF though. Here's another ult. See, I don't get really anything in that. I don't know why I'm ulting there. It's something I need to learn. I am learning Adagio quite well, but there are little things I do that definitely cause me to... Oh, dang. Dude, freaking Nox and the Gauntlet, though, are, like, so on point. Like, if you guys ever see Nox play Arden, he is, like, by far one of the best Ardens I've seen outside of, like, Lost Boy Top and stuff. Like, even though, like, he's not, like, high skill tier, he always lands those gauntlets, dude. It's crazy. That's 2 in a row that he's done really good at isolating or just keeping enemies pinned. And it's not just this match. He's done it time and time again. Now, when he deviates from Arden, then yeah, it's a little bit shaky in terms of how well he can perform because he is trying to practice other heroes. But Arden has always been his, like, his best friend in terms of Vainglory. It's his go-to hero for support. But yeah, he's trying to learn Finn. He's trying to learn, hopefully I'm not, like, too low. He's trying to learn Finn. He's trying to learn Catherine and Fortress. I think those are the main things. Adagio, we're not really going as a roam. I generally go Adagio lane, so we don't have him go roam Adagio by any means. What other supports do we have? Are we missing one? Finn, Catherine, Arden, Fortress. I think that's it, right? Yeah. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think so. Alright, drink my tea. Nice, Rumbly. Yes, behind by 40. Holy crap, dude. I don't know. Sometimes I get in the mode where, like, I don't know if I'm getting too rushed. I don't know if I'm getting too, like, I guess it's kind of like a synonym, but impatient. But I mean, I don't know. I get a little bit, like, off rhythm, I guess you would say, in terms of farming CS. It's something I need to work on for sure. Something that I highly recommend everybody working on is obviously getting your last hits, knowing how to stagger damage and get last hits appropriately for laner is key. I mean, a lot of those pro laners probably already have it down, which is why they generally average. I think the average is 8 CS per minute. I think that's the average. I think I remember seeing that stat in one of the VGL streams saying that the average CPM or average CS is in fact 8 CS per minute for the general pros. Alright, so now lane is pushed a little bit. We're going to go ahead and just kind of wait it out because we can't do anything. We should be going with some flares into the brush at least to see who's there once Glaive gets around. I think he's trying to work his way up there. Yeah, here we are. Alright, so where's he going? Oh yeah, that's right. He wanted to go down to the shop and grab an item of some sort. I don't know. Oh, it's a fusion. Okay. Yeah, he wanted to be ready for this fight. Alright, he's back up. And a little premature on that heal, but we got the buff off at least. There we go. Alright, ulting again. This one's a good one. Yeah, that was a good ult actually. Do I think that is more beneficial than heal buff? I don't know. But I tend to like to use ult because I like the way it looks. And ult. Oh God! Lord! I think that gauntlet did land properly. It's just it is BF, so that did did negate it to his ultimate. I think it's what I saw. It happened so fast I didn't see it. I was too busy holding my breath there. It's funny because even though I know what's gonna happen potentially sometimes I do forget what happened during the match and it's like, oh man, that's a close fight or whatever. So where are we sitting at right now? So we're doing pretty good so far. We're coming to the end actually. So we're just grabbing the backs here, trying to maintain our farm here if we can. They're gonna go in for another fight here. Luckily I boosted out so that Oza can't grab me with that ult. We are a little bit iffy here because they are what we wanted to do was we wanted to farm or to shop. We get anybody? Oh, okay, we do get one, but I died by BF. Or not BF, Ozo. So our Noxus is gonna bounce. There's no way he's gonna contest a Ozo, so he's just gonna get out. But yeah, so the big thing, what Nox is saying at the time when we were running back, he's like, all right, we need to get out. We need to go shop because even though we have a lead, it isn't a lead until you buy your items. So until you spend your gold, that lead does not exist. And that's true. That's completely true. So we did lose a bit of that lead. We were doing really good. They got bounties now. We didn't even get to spend our gold prior, so now it kind of makes it less effective of a lead. But it's completely true. And I fully hope that you guys understand that when you're playing competitively, that a lead, even though you're doing well, a lead is not a lead unless you spend that gold. And outside of like maybe turrets, if you in terms of a lead in terms of gold, that lead of gold does not exist until you buy those items with that gold. You're basically pocketing a lead where you're not utilizing it. So you want to shop. You don't want to hold on to gold like we did. That's not great. I did manage to get this BF though, I think. Do I? Do I? No, dang. That would have been really scary actually though. Oh, nice gauntlet. Maybe. Dang. There we go. Blade picks up the BF. We're holding pretty hard right now. Even though we lost a little bit of our lead, we're still really strong. We got to spend. I think I had like almost 3k gold, so we're doing good. Getting backs once again. There we go. I'm gonna grab this guy. Oh no, I'm just doing damage for Blade, but he's taking forever. So now we're gonna get Kraken. I'm probably gonna grab an infusion right after. But yeah, so Blade is just grabbing farm while he does that. Now he's gonna go help the Kraken, and we're gonna go ahead and push for potential win here. There we go. Looking good. Let's get our infusions. So generally, too, this is pretty important. I'm saying this for like the newer people who don't really know the ins and outs of how games translate after Kraken, is you want to get your infusions if you can. Make that power spike as hard as you can. With the Kraken, with infusions, all that mumbo jumbo you want to do. You don't want to leave the Kraken center until you get your infusions, unless like your Kraken's already pushed for too far and you need to get to them, and then you just need to like get the infusions to get to your Kraken before he dies and just gives 500 free gold. So this is weird. They kind of came around, which I don't understand. I ulted. It was big damage, I guess, but I still am gonna die, I believe here. Yeah, because I'm gonna get focused to hell here. But we do manage to pick off the Fortress. Now it's just the BF and the Ozo. BF, man, he's just so freaking tanky, dude. So this is kind of weird. This is kind of a really awkward fight. Oh my god. Freaking Noxfox almost picked up BF there. But this is cool. This is cool, though, because they're taking their time to kill us off. So it's great, because Kraken's just wailing on turrets. So at this point, Noxfox is actually going to stay and just push for the win. Bladeheart's like, nah, get out. But really, like, they could have just gone in and pushed for the win, for sure. But Noxfox is like, no, I got this, bro. I got this. So there he is. They have to focus on Kraken or the Arden. There's no choice. And Arden has a Stormguard banner, so he's going to do good damage against the building. So he takes it for the win. There we go. Bladeheart finally shows up a little late to the party, but, you know, he's having his fun now. And that's GG for him right there. He's dead. Alright, so there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that match. That analysis video of Adagio. A little bit more in depth and laning a little bit in the beginning. After that, it kind of just fell off a bit in terms of what you should be doing. Really, farming is key. Don't want to be aggressive towards the enemy laner, especially when they have a eulogies. It's pointless. Don't be aggressive towards an enemy laner unless you absolutely have to. Like you're going to get a kill. If you're not going to get a kill and they're full health, don't pop shot them. Don't worry about it unless you're not going to miss any CS. But if you're going to put the risk of losing CS over, you know, getting a few hits in on your enemy when they can just use a potion or just get it back by default regen, then it's pointless. Get your CS. Also, rotate only when you need to rotate. I know a lot of people, even myself, I do it where we rotate too much and we end up losing a lot of CS because of it. A lot of times, have faith in your junglers. If they need you, they will call for you. If you don't have comms, then you really have to guess, unless they're using pings. But as a laner, you start to learn moments in which you should rotate, which is generally when they're running to shop. If your lane is pushed then. So like, if, for instance, if you know they're going to like try to push, and they're coming back towards the shop, push your lane in right then, and then rotate with your team as they go to shop. It's a great strategy. Push your lane, go down with your team as they're rotating the shop. So that's something you should know. Is like once they're coming, when they finish that first set of, regen and then the double backs, then you know you should be pushing a lane so you can rotate with your team if your guys are going to go for an invasion and just go for a push in general. Or if they're going to come up to your lane, then don't really worry about it. Just, let the lane stay and let the enemy laner extend. But yeah, things like that. Outside of that, so rotation, farming, builds are important. Know your builds, obviously. Know all the enemy heroes, what they do, how to handle them. All that stuff is really important. Knowing how a hero plays is half the battle of defeating that hero. So if you don't know if you never played BF, play BF. You'll learn how he plays, you'll learn his weaknesses, and you can work around that with other heroes. That's key too. So I'm talking more to the newer people. Just know the heroes. If you don't play them, at least read their abilities and know what they do. Outside of that, I can't really think of much on the spot. So rotation, farm, builds, enemy knowledge, or hero knowledge. Okay, one to know is when your enemy junglers are getting pushed and you're getting invaded, and your junglers are actually taking their farm. That's a good time for you to take your guys' backs. To be honest, it really is. If your push your lane when your junglers are in fact taking the backs on the enemy jungle. Push your lane. Go for your backs, grab the backs, because by the time your junglers get back, their backs should be coming up soon. So it's more effective to grab the backs when you can. And it gets you back on track with CS, or get you ahead in CS. So that's a really good strategy too. You can't always do it perfectly like that, but if you can, and you start to learn how you can, it's great because you'll get a good lead. That's a lot of times why you'll be a laner and you'll be like, I haven't missed any CS. How does this guy have so much more CS than me? It's because he's grabbing backs while your junglers are losing their jungle. So that's the reason why. So definitely check out for that, or look out for that. But anyways, if you guys have any more questions, I'll try my hardest to answer them in the comment section about lane. We'll focus on lane. If you have any other questions on any roles, we'll try to see if we can do a video on any other roles at that time. But for now, if you have any lane questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them to my best of my ability. Some questions I may not know the answer because I'm not a pro level player, but I have some base knowledge in terms of what pros do. It's just a matter of me being able to replicate that is the hard part. But let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Later!